Alright, yeah, welcome back to some more Magic Arena, and today we're going into the Brawler Days event. Absolutely not. If you don't already know, this is a scam. I don't know how it made it onto Arena, but it is in fact what is known as a scam. So do not purchase this. That's all I'm going to say on that. I'm just going to leave it there. Boycott this event. We're actually going to be going on the Game Awards after party because this is actually a nice event. This is not a good way of Wizards making money, granted, but it's a nice event to say thank you to the people who are keeping that game going, or at least keeping the lights on as far as a player base is concerned. So, this whole event is all about playing these two Precon decks, which we'll get to in a second, and it's free to enter, and you don't actually have to re-enter or anything like that. And if you get your wins, you actually get some Theros Beyond Death packs ready and waiting for when the new set comes out in mid-January, I think? I don't know. Spoiler season's also starting to begin as well, so if you want to talk spoilers, there is a link in the description below to my Discord. We do a lot of spoiler talk over there, so if you're interested in that kind of thing and want to discuss the latest and greatest cards, go and follow that link, join, and introduce yourself, and we'll all happily say hello. Anyway, what are we doing today? We're going to play one of these two decks, and these decks look sweet. This is actually my first time playing this, but I've already seen kind of what the decks look like. So we're going to kind of go into the decks, showcase them off a little bit, and we'll see what we do. I think I'm just going to start with the white deck, and then we'll do a video on the Ashiok deck for tomorrow as well. So I will go into the deck tech for both of them in this video though, so next one will just be pure gameplay stuff. So what have we got here? Well, I think what we've got is the start of Wizards' plans to make a cube. I sure as hell hope that half of the cards that they have included here are not meant for Historic, because good lord, Black Lotus in Historic is a mistake. It is a pure simple mistake, and there's nothing more to say about it. But yeah, we've even got our Mosaic sleeve. We've got Elspeth in here, which we get to try out. She's kind of the face of the newest set. Elspeth, Sun's Nemesis, 2 and 2 white for a 5 loyalty planeswalker. Only has minuses on it, because you actually get to escape for 6 mana and exile 4 of the cards from your graveyards to bring her back, which means in the late game, you basically just have another copy of this Planeswalker. So losing her, not too big of a deal. The -1 allows you to give 2 target creatures you control +2/+1. I think mostly what you end up doing is going to be using the -2 there to make 2 1/1s. So you can get 4 1/1s for 4 mana out of this, and then, you know, use Elspeth on the final one to give them all +2/+1. It's kind of got that History of Benalia effect, I suppose. But with a little bit more utility, and we can also use it to gain 5 life, should that matter. I think our opponent's deck, though, life gain's not gonna matter too much, so this is gonna be an interesting one. I think the Ashiok deck's probably just a little bit better. But yeah, I'm not gonna go through all the cards that we've already got, but the new ones, for sure. Mox Pearl, I'm sure some of you, if not all of you, know what this card does. It's basically a land stuck on an artifact. Black Lotus, it's 3 lands stuck on an artifact that costs nothing. You basically, I'm assuming we're going to win if we draw either one of these. The Ashiok deck actually has 2 Moxes in addition to the Black Lotus as well, so that's going to be interesting. Sword to Plowshares, kind of like a Path to Exile, but with life gain. 1 mana instant, exile a creature, and your opponent gains life equal to its power. That probably matters more in standard-esque kind of style decks than it should. And then we got Soul Ring, a 1 mana artifact that adds 2 mana. It's pretty good. It's pretty awesome. Daxos, Blessed by the Sun, was actually spoiled yesterday, I believe. 2 white for a 2/0. Daxos' toughness is equal to your devotion to white. Devotion is a returning mechanic to this particular plane anyway. But basically it means for each white pip on the battlefield under your control, that is your devotion to that colour. So his devotion to white, on a baseline, he's going to be a 2/2. And whenever another creature enters battlefield or dies, you gain 1 life. So it's kind of going to be like a Soul Sisters-esque style card. We're going to see this in Historic for sure. Leonin Skyhunter, 2 mana 2/2 with flying. It's statted up, it's fine. Indomitable Will, 2 mana flash, +1/+2, could be relevant, I don't think it will be. This is a reprint, Revoke Existence, exile an artifact or enchantment for 2 mana on a sorcery. It's not too bad. Shelter, this one looks probably like a cube-esque style thing. I should note as well that they have confirmed that they have plans at least to bring cube to Arena. Whether or not that means it's going to be a power cube with the Moxes and what is yet to be decided, but we'll see. They've definitely got it on their list of things that they'd like to do without actually like 100% confirming it. But yeah, Shelter is basically God's Willing for 1 extra mana. However, it lets you draw a card, so basically you're paying 1 mana to draw a card on that one. It's pretty good. Crusade, white creatures get +1/+1. Very, very good in mono-white decks. I think it should speak for itself, really. Fabled Hero, 1 and 2 white for a 2/2 with double strike. Pretty good. And whenever you cast a spell that targets it, put a 1/1 counter on it. So this is going to be really good with those pump spells. Things like, where was it? God's Willings and Shelters and things like that. Giving it protection and then swinging through with it. We've also got Lord effects in the Benelish Marshal, which is pretty cool. Sword and Fire of Ice is pretty good. It's a pretty good card. I hope that if we do get a cube, we get all the swords, because it's pretty sweet. I like the swords. 3 mana for an artifact. Equipped creature gets +2/+2 and has protection from red and from blue. Whenever an equipped creature deals combat damage to a player, Sword and Fire and Ice deals 2 damage to any target, and you draw a card. It's very good. That's all I really need to say on that one. Decree of Justice. Now, this is a wall of text right here. X, 2 and 2 white. So for each X, you have to pay 2 mana. That's how that's worded. Create X 4/4 white angel creature tokens with flying. However, if you cycle it for 3 mana, so 1 less than the baseline cost of Decree of Justice, then you actually get to pay X for single X, and you actually get to put 1/1 white soldier creature tokens onto the battlefield. So that could be pretty good if we've got some Lord effects like Crusade and whatnot. What else have we got in here? Let's see. Hero of the Winds is a new card. 4 mana for a 1/4 with flying. Whenever you cast a spell that targets Hero of the Winds, creatures you control get +1/+0 until the end of the turn. It's pretty fine. It's not too bad. I don't think there's that many targeting spells that aren't removal, though, in this deck, so I don't know. This one feels like it's going to be a challenge to win with. And then Harmonious Archon from Eldraine, making all of our 1/1s 3/3s. That's going to be pretty sick. Circle of Loyalty, Realm Claw Giant, and that's essentially this deck. Yeah, looks like it. Alright, so let's go and check out the Ashiok deck. This is the one that you're going to be going up against quite a lot, unless it's going to be a mirror match. Again, as we mentioned, there's the Moxes, the 0 mana artifacts that actually add mana, Black Lotus, Eidolon Philosophy, which has a really beautiful piece of artwork. I love this thing. However, I don't love the card. 1 mana for a 1/2 enchantment creature, and you can pay 7 to sacrifice it to draw 3 cards. It's probably never going to happen. It's a 1 mana 1/2. Ancestral Recall seems legitimately powerful for standard. Don't know why they haven't reprinted this since they've upped the power level of cards recently. I think 3 mana Planeswalkers and 1 mana draw 3s are on the same level, right? Right? Moving on. What else have we got in here? Some old cards for sure. Doomblade. Good old meme. I love this card. Beautiful. It's going to be solid removal against the white deck, because literally it hits everything. Maya's Grasp. It seems to have an Ajani-esque individual there. I hope that's not Ajani, because he's stuck in the mire, and I don't want that to happen. Those caught attempting to escape the underworld spend the rest of their existence trapped in the mire of punishment. So, does Ajani die? Is Ajani in this set? Or is that just Catman? It's probably just Catman. But I don't know if cat people are on... Yeah, cat people are on Nyx, right? Or on Theros, sorry. Yeah, they are. Yeah, because you got Brimaz, right? So, yeah, cat people. It's all cool. Confirmed on this plane. Enchanted creature gets -3/-3 for 2 mana. It's pretty cool. It's pretty good. What else have we got in here? Inevitable End. 3 mana for an enchantment. You enchant a creature, and that creature has, at the beginning of your upkeep, sacrifice a creature. So this is going to be kind of like a Doom Foretold-esque removal spell. You're not going to see this being played in Standard that much, but against our opponent's deck, or our mono-white deck, anyway, this is going to be pretty solid, forcing us to either remove the creature you target, or slowly remove value off the board. It's basically a Doom Foretold you can get rid of at any time, but for a price. Read the Bones. Some sick nostalgia there. Should reprint this card every single set. I love this card. I don't know why. I just have a thing for Read the Bones. 3 mana, scry 2, draw 2, lose 2. Speaks for itself, really. it's pretty good. Hero's Downfall, love it. Should be reprinted as well. Mostly because it's basically just Murderous Rider, but worse. In certain situations, there are obviously occasions where you want instants over creatures, because Murderous Rider does count as a creature and doesn't go into the graveyard. So Hero's Downfall, in certain situations, can be better than Murderous Rider, but for the most part, in Standard specifically, it isn't. So it's pretty safe to reprint. You might as well. I like this card. 3 mana, kill a creature or planeswalker. Control magic, 4 mana, enchant a creature, you control that creature. It's disgusting. 4 mana to counter a spell. This is one from the new set. Counter a spell, Scry 2. I don't think this is going to see play. It's too expensive, but the Scry 2 is very nice. What else have we got? Gas Lord of Fugue. Ooh. A 5 mana hybrid 4/4. Cannot be blocked, and when it deals combat damage to a player, that player reveals their hand, you choose a card from it, that player exiles that card. I like this card. It's sick. It's going to be miserable to play against, but it's sick. And that's basically all the new cards, aside from the inclusion of an Underground Sea in the mana base, which is basically a dual land that has literally no cost associated with it. It is the best dual land in the game. So, yep, that's going to be the deck tech portion. I hope you guys enjoy the matches. We're going to be playing with the Elspeth Sun's Nemesis deck today, so tomorrow we'll go in with the Ashiok Nightmare Muse deck. This one's the one that I'm probably most excited for, but I want to play the Sun's Nemesis one today. So, hope you guys enjoy this one. Without further ado, let's get into the gameplay. I'll see you there. Oh, the game's doing a bit of catch up. I'm not sure if that's Untapped.gg doing a thing. Ooh, there's even a free mulligan. Well, I'm taking this hand because it's got Black Lotus in it, and I can get a turn 1 Elspeth Sun's Nemesis out. Seems good. Let's keep it. Ooh, look at this. Oh, is there anything interactable? They seem to have given up on the interactive board states. We've also got the sleeves as well. These are the ones that you can get for the pre-order bundle, but they're not sold individually so far as I can tell. Yeah, let's get the Black Lotus out there. And do we actually go with an Elspeth Sun's Nemesis? Feels like we probably should. What's Black Lotus for, if not for absurdly quick 4-drops on turn 1? Yeah, this is why Black Lotus should not be in Historic right here. So, I'm assuming it isn't. The reason why I think Black Lotus is in here is because, 1, it's cool, and 2, it's probably being programmed in for cube drafting, which is awesome. I love cube drafting. It's basically an overpowered version of draft, so you put all the best cards in it a lot of the time. Yeah, I like cube. Never had the pleasure of playing it, but I watch a fair amount of cube stuff, and it's great. Black Lotus in like vintage cube drafts is hilarious, to say the least. But yeah, turn 1 Elspeth wins the game. Who knew that was going to be powerful enough? Alright, we're in. We don't have any fast mana, and unfortunately we don't have anything to play until turn 3, so we're going to take that free mull. We really want Moxes, Soul Rings, and yeah, there's some power in this hand for sure, so let's keep it. It's annoying how they gave us a sword that doesn't give us protection from any of their removal. It's kind of the point of protection on these swords, but you know, it's a thing, alright. Let's go Soul Ring. So we got some decent amount of mana next turn. We could actually play any of our big stuff off the top if we drew it. Where do we want to go with this? 3 or other planes to make that actually do a thing. I do kind of want to get Sword down. I think that's probably what I'll do. I want to make a play where I can play a creature and equip it in the same turn. Just for that extra protection. Alright. So, yeah, let's do, like, Ancestral Blade. You even get to play the planes here, so we can Idyllic range next turn. Let's equip this up. It's a 4/4 with protection from blue, so no control magic heading our way. But Doomblade's still very much a thing. Thankfully, we have Ardenvale Tactician as a replacement. Maya's Grasp turning into a 1/1. Boo hiss. Alright, well, let's make it large, shall we? Put a counter on it. And Crusade. It's now a 3/3. Let's get in. Opponent's going to chump to stop the sword trigger. Fair. And we're going to pass, since we got the Ardenvale Tactician to stop our opponent from blocking with creatures next turn, and we can also pump it up, should that actually occur. Read the Bones, best card draw in the world. Don't at me. I know they've got Ancestral in there, but that's wrong. I don't even know if I actually pump up with the Indomitable Will. I think I kind of just wait on it, to be honest. Shelter, that's a great card. Alright, so we're going to play a land. We're going to get in. 2 damage to any target and you draw a card. Pew! Charming Prince. Nice, nice. Yeah, let's get that scry on. I want to see some decent cards off the top, please. Black Lotus is probably not that great, and neither is Memorial of Glory. You want this in your opener. You don't really want it after that, especially since we've got mana to cast literally everything in our deck. So, yeah, let's play it like that. And I think we've really got this game locked out, though, is the thing, because Shelter on Doomblade and any other removal spell they've got is just going to be too much. I like when it's got 2. Oh. Soldier, Noble. So they have to choose which one they want. So, I mean, I could save the Soldier token right now, and I think I'm going to. There we go. It basically means that they're going to name Charming Princes whatever. Human or Noble. But, yeah, this saves me from re-equipping, which is... it is what it is. Saves me from re-equipping and I get a bigger lady to get in with, so... Too good. It's like when you get the power cards, you win. It's weird, that. Alright, I'm starting to believe that it actually doesn't allow you to have mirror matches, which is a shame. I think, you know, for diversity's sake, should probably have the ability to do that. This hand looks pretty good. It has no power in it, but it does have protection from black effectively with the Knight of Grace, more knights, and a Lord effect. I'm going to keep this one. The only thing it's lacking is lands, and I'm sure we can make that work, right? Conclave Tribunal. So far, so bad. So, no power on either side is a really good sign as well. Power, for the record, refers to any of the really overpowered cards like Black Lotus, Mox Pearl, Ancestral Recall, that kind of thing. And there's some power right there. I think we lose because of Thief of Sanity. As sad as that is. I mean, they're going to get one hit in, I suppose, so it's not the end of the world. We're going to have to play Knight of Grace over Crusade here, primarily for the Conclave Tribunal next turn. Yeah, it really sucks that Thief gets a hit in. There's a lot of powerful cards in this deck. I can take my own swords against me as well, things like that. Land, something. We had no choice in the matter, apparently. Okay. So, yeah, I've got the 4 mana here. They don't have the double blue, so we know they don't have counter magic. So I guess I'm just going to go for the Conclave Tribunal here. Take care of Thief of Sanity. There's really not much of a choice otherwise. We'll try to get him on combat damage later. Maybe do like Martial, Knight, or something like that next turn. That'd be nice. I don't believe there's any bounce, so... yeah, there's no protection there for our opponent's creature. Sadly, it gets rid of the black creature that was pumping my Knight of Grace. But I'll live with that, I think. Alright, let's do Crusade and Venerable Knight. Pumps my Knight of Grace, puts out another Knight for the Benelish Marshal to get that extra little bit of value in later as well. And we get to play our tap land, so pretty nice all around, I'd say. Swing for 3. This could be where we start getting them on combat damage for sure. So our opponent got Hero of the Winds from us. Okay. So, let's go with Soul Ring. Ramp that bad boy out, and that allows us to do a big Decree of Justice at some point soon. Maybe I actually go for Acclaimed Contender. See what we could hit there. Maybe we get something good. Dauntless Bodyguard. I mean, it's another Knight. Where is my my Knight thing? Cost reduction, boy. Let's go and protect. I guess it's just Acclaimed Contender, because it's the only thing going to be able to get through the Hero of Winds, which is a really good hit for our opponent. 2-5 is irritating for sure. Yeah, we're basically going to be playing Benelish Marshal and swinging with a Contender and hoping that it does something good for us. Because I need to be able to push through a 5 toughness creature. Yeah, this is not one-sided. White creatures get +1/+1. So our opponent's stealing my Hero of the Winds gives them +1/+1 as well. Old school wording on these cards. It's like slivers. Slivers used to give all slivers the abilities of every other sliver, not just the ones you controlled. It was pretty cool. Ooh, getting in. They've got the Witch's Vengeance. I think they have. At least I get to keep my Acclaimed Contender, though. Or Massacre Girl. Yep, not much I can do about that. So it goes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, everything dies here. Even sacking Dauntless Bodyguard's not going to change that. My god. That sound didn't blow my eardrums out for a second. Let's see. I'll just put the counter there. Yay! Look, everything worked out, right? Okay, so I can do Decree of Justice. I can cycle it for 4 to make 4 1/1s and then go Benelish Marshal. Yeah, kind of like that. Cycle it for 3 and yeah, go 4. Take action, please. 1, 2, 3, 4. Auto pay. Got me some 2/2s that are going to be 3/3s. Underground Se. This might do it, though. They do have a good block with Massacre Girl, and nothing's really going to change that, unfortunately. But apparently not interested. Maybe they still have the Witch's Vengeance. That would be absurdly unfortunate. Revenge of Ravens. No! Oh, no! Well, free Mind Stone. Let's... I think we're just putting On Sarah's Wings on one of these creatures, right? Could get Doombladed. But I need that lifelink. It's 12 damage. 4 to me. If I go for Benelish Marshal. I kind of want that as like a lethal swing if I can. That makes some dudes as well. Maybe it is just Marshal. Swing. 12 damage. It's not lethal. I'm going to go with Sarah's Wings. We'll get him next time. I want to undo the damage that Revenge of Ravens does on this attack. They've got Doomblade. I think they've got Doomblade. Yeah, okay. So this takes me to 6, 5. That's all I can do. Yeah. They gain life on the attack as well. I think Revenge of Ravens just does it. I can't win off of that. Yeah, I can't attack anymore now. Realm Cloak Giant won't do anything. Let's see if we can maybe find enchantment removal. Nope. Alright, well. Guess we just play Leon and War Leader. Yeah, I really needed that life link. It was very important to me. If I can get rid of Revenge of Ravens, though, War Leader might get there. But combat is lethal. What time to be alive. I got a double block on Massacre Girl, so I can at least stop that damage. If they do have that Witch's Vengeance, I lose on the spot. So we haven't seen that yet. Hero's Downfall. Okay. I'm going to triple block Massacre Girl. If that's what they want to do. Nope. Mox Pearl's not very good. Alright, well, play it anyway. Better than nothing. Guess we're just going to play Marshall. Yeah, just play Marshall, and then we've got the mana to crack Memorial as well. We can do some serious damage if we can simply draw the right card. I could even Swords my own creature, actually, to gain a bit of life. That might be relevant. I'm going for it. If they've got the Witch's Vengeance, we're going to lose. If they don't, we're probably just going to lose anyway. Let's just keep going with creatures. Let's get Realm Cloak Giant out there. Just setting up for that Revenge of Ravens kill. I want to make sure it does the maximum amount of damage possible when the time comes. That looks like a top deck. Wow, that's a top deck. We're going to pass and hold that as a secret. Orzhov Enforcer, Death Toucher, Castle Ardenvale. That's a pretty good draw as far as lands go. Making 3/3s every turn. It's only a matter of time. Unfortunately, we have to block that. Which leaves us in a situation where we don't have flyer protection, because it does, of course, make a spirit. So this really needs to be the turn where we do something good. Eldest Reborn. Well, to keep my board state looking nice, I'm going to make the token and then sack the differently arted token. We draw a land. Good. We lose. Cool. Let's go out on our own terms. Boom. Yeah, bit horrendous a drawing there. Not gonna lie. We had several opportunities to draw a good card, and we just didn't, so it's the way the cookie crumbles. Okay, we're in, and we got a fine hand. We got a turn 1 Legion's Landing and Mox Pearl. We could go for Daxos, I suppose, as well. But a turn 3 Leon and War Leader, I think, is decent enough. Depends on the power level of our opponent's hand. If they've got all the Moxes in the world as well, then we're going to be in trouble, but we shall see. Yeah, I think we lead off with Daxos. So, Mox Pearl, Daxos. 2/2. Can come down as a 2-3 when Daxos comes down, and we get a trigger off the Legion's landing for what that's worth. Which we might as well go Memorial to Glory here. So let's go Legion's landing. Get some points, get that tap land out of the way, and swing for 2. I think the big problem with this white deck for sure is that it either has everything that it ever wants, otherwise it loses. I feel like that's kind of how this goes. And for our opponent, they basically just have to draw all removal, and we will inevitably lose as well. Creatures get +1/+1. I don't really need that right now. So I'm going to play Leon and War Leader. This opens up them for Doomblades and other lovely removal. We've got a 2/5 though. It's pretty good, right? So I absolutely need this War Leader to hit. That's going to be very important for us here. I need it to hit, and ideally I need some Lord effects. We've got the Inspiring Captain, but that doesn't really work with the tokens as such. There's Exclusion Mage, yeah. Opponent's slowing us down like crazy. This is how they win. We draw lands. It's not my day today. It really isn't. Okay, well, land, War Leader. Let's do this again. Get in with the 2/5. Last thing we want to see right now is Board Wipe or Revenge of Ravens. That would also be pretty grim. I want to be able to flip this Legion's Landing though, and keep my War Leader. Omen Speaker. 'Tis a good omen. That's for true. I just want to see my opponent play a Ashiok. I hadn't seen one yet. Actually, you know what, opponent? Don't play an Ashiok. Save it for me next time. I want to play the Ashiok first. That'd be a thing. If that actually happens. Alright, good top decks. Shelter. That's a good top deck. Alright. I'm feeling suddenly like I'm being listened to. Alright, so we're going to go Inspiring Captain, give all creatures +1/+1 on our side. It's pretty good. So we got a 5/5 War Leader that's going to make some 1/1s less ideal, of course, but here we are. And we got a 3/7, which is pretty dirty. Shelter to deal with Doomblade if it's a thing. So we flip Legion's Landing. We make some cats, which trigger Daxos. But again, not sure this life actually ends up being relevant at all. But it's the go wide strategy that's really going to do it for us here, I think. And hopefully, no Massacre Girl. Because we lose if they Massacre Girl. Unless they do this. They can't have Massacre Girl in hand if they're making this line, I think. You want to keep the 1/1s around to wipe my board. Keeping 1 around. Yeah, I think they got Massacre Girl, so it's going to be land, Massacre Girl, we lose. So it was fun while it lasted. Alright, it doesn't really matter. 6 damage so far. Disfigure. Which figure? I'm going with it. Protection from black. Drew Plains. You love to see it. Land Massacre Girl. Don't do it. Don't do it. Don't do it. Please don't do it. This delay says to me that they're not going to do it. Or they're just making me squirm. It's one or the other. Well, we drew lands, so we basically win. I hear lands are actually useful in all kinds of things to do with Magic the Gathering. Merfolk Trickster. Tap down the War Leader. Well, I'm getting in anyway. Not with as much as I hoped I would get in with, but here we are. You and you. Yeah, I would have loved to get in with that War Leader one more time, but here we are. Get rid of... Which one do we get rid of? I think we get rid of the 1-3, right? Is the 1-3 just worse? I guess it really doesn't matter too much, to be honest. Let's get rid of the 1-3. I don't like that big booty. And kill Daxos. Alright. Should have made a token, but I'm going to do it end step as well, because I think it's safer. So, can you answer War Leader? Inevitable End. That actually does not really do much on War Leader, since he makes his own tokens. So, let's go with... Should we make a 1-1, or should we make 2 1-1s without lifelink? Well, let's go wide. Depending on top decks, could be relevant. Let's get rid of the non-lifelinking creatures. That's a horrible draw. Don't know why this is really in the deck, to be honest. But here we are. The rest of it is quite powerful, and we managed to close it out. Yeah, pretty horrific draws from our opponent. Took a bad hand, I guess. We managed to get him. Managed to get him. Alright, we got our 3 wins with this deck, so... It's pretty cool. I had a lot of fun with it. I think the Ashiok deck is just strictly better, though. Yeah, it just really seems like this one, it takes good hands or it loses. If you take a bad hand, you're absolutely never coming back from it. So you really need to, like, mold to get, like, the Moxes and things like that, and have, like, an early game absurd card, like, you know, turn 1 Elspeth or something along that lines. Yeah, that's the thing. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed this one. I'll be back tomorrow with the Ashiok list, so if you're interested in seeing that, firstly, you should play it yourself. But, yeah, we're going to play some Ashiok Nightmare Muse tomorrow, because we never saw it once in all of our games, which I find absurd. But I guess we never really played our own Elspeth, to be fair, so, you know. Anyway, thanks very much for watching, guys. Like and subscribe, all that jazz, and I'll see you all tomorrow. Take care.